What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about how to scan for winning stocks in the stock market in 2021 in the middle of this crazy market that we're currently experiencing. I simply want to show you guys a simple way to scan for stocks. We're going to be using ThinkOrSwim, M1 Finance, and FinViz in this video so I can show you multiple platforms that you can easily scan for stocks. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to join the Discord chat, the Facebook group, get yourself 4 stocks from WeBull. Those are valued up to $1,600, and get yourself $30 from M1 Finance. All of those are free and linked right down below in the description box. So what you guys see right here is ThinkOrSwim. And first and foremost, guys, I want to get this message out in the beginning of this video. There is no one winning strategy for scanning for stocks. There's no one way to do it. It all depends on what your strategy is and what you're looking for. For example, if I'm somebody that wants to short-term trade a momentum stock, a stock that's up 5-10% that day that maybe could go up even further, I'm going to use a different way of scanning as opposed to somebody that's looking for maybe a dividend investment that pays 5% yield but is also an $80 stock that is also this much volume, for example, right? Hypothetically speaking. So there's no one way of doing this. There's no winning way of doing this. Again, it all depends on your strategy. So in this case, we're going to be using ThinkOrSwim, and I want to go over a way that you can maybe scan for stocks that are running aggressively that particular day. In this case, when I'm filming this video on the 12th of January in 2021. So I use 3 simple filters here on ThinkOrSwim. One is last, which means this is the last price that the stock was at. So you would use this to say, okay, I want my stocks that the scan is going to pull. I want them to be a minimum value of, let's say, $50 in this case, and a maximum value of $150. So every stock that the scanner pulls through the scanner, they're going to be $50 to $150, right? That's what that means. And of course, you can do whatever range that you guys want. And under that, we have volume. I want the stocks that the scanner pulls through. I want them to have a minimum volume of 750,000 and a maximum volume. We'll just put it at the max here, which is ridiculous. It's a big number. It's 200 million. So that is what the volume is set at. And the third filter here is percentage change. And the minimum I have the percentage change at is 2%, with the maximum being at 9.78, but I'll actually bump that up to 10%. So this is going to pull all the stocks out there that are $50 to $150, that have volume from 750,000 to 200 million, and that have moved 2% to 10% in the period that you're scanning, during the period that you're scanning for the stocks. And you guys can see it here. We have Stitch Fix, number 1. We have Chewy. We have QuantumScape. These are moving the most aggressively here. You know, Stitch Fix is up almost 10%. Chewy's up 7.4%. QuantumScape's up 7%. So at this point, what you would do is you'd actually go to charts, and you'll have to go one by one and look through these stocks to see if they fit your criteria, right? So again, for this scanning query, whatever you want to call it, we were looking for stocks that are breaking out, that have momentum. So Chewy is one that we pulled up, and you guys can see it is breaking out. So this is a way that you could find breakout stocks. It's up 7.3% today. It is moving out of the moving average resistances that it was fiddling with the past couple of days. So this could definitely be a stock in play upwards to maybe $109, $110 per share, giving it a little bit more upside from where it is right now. Another one was QuantumScape, QS, and this is one that is up 7.2% today. It's beaten down, but it's finally starting to show some momentum to the upside, and this one has a lot more upside to go if it were to test those levels from $80, maybe $100, $120. So this is a way that you could find, again, again, stocks on momentum that are finally gaining some steam after being beaten down, and that is a way to do it. And of course, you can go a lot more in depth with this, but I like to keep it simple, keeping it again between $50 to $150. Whatever you guys want to do it, of course. I want to have my volume in there, my percentage change, and you can do a bunch of other filters. I know I used to have one in my previous video, which was like 2 years ago, where I made a scanning video. I had beta in there, which beta shows pretty much how volatile a stock is compared to the overall market. So there's a lot of ways that you can do this, but simply speaking, that is one way you can scan for stocks here on ThinkOrSwim. So the second way you could actually scan for stocks is on M1 Finance, and this is what I personally do. Again, I use multiple platforms for different reasons, and for M1 Finance, I look and I use their scanner more for long-term investments, more for dividend picks, more for just, longer term picks in general. And if you guys didn't know, I actually started this M1 Finance portfolio back on July 2nd, back in 2019. And this is actually the only public portfolio that I show you guys here on the YouTube channel. And I started it, in fact, strictly for the YouTube channel. And if you guys want to see how it's gone from $0, literally $0, to where it is right now, go check out the playlist on this channel and you can see every episode. There's like 35 episodes of me picking the stocks, building the portfolio, and I'll link that down below for you guys in the description box to make it easier. And again, this is where I scan more for long-term picks. So let me show you guys exactly how I do that. So on M1, it's very simple to navigate this platform. It's very user-friendly. All you have to do here is go to research. You go to stocks here, and it's very simple. This is literally as simple as it gets, right? You have your market cap right here. You have your dividend yield. You have price history, 1 year, 2 year, and 5 year. And that's a lot of the time when you're looking through stocks, especially long term, and you're looking to hold these long term 5, 10 plus years, you want to see how the company has done in the previous couple of years to see what their track record's like. So I like how you can do that here very simply on M1 Finance. And next to that, you see here the PE ratio, which, if you guys don't know, that's the price to earnings ratio. It's one of many valuation metrics out there, which shows pretty much whether a stock is cheap relative to where it's been in previous times, or it's more expensive. And you could use the PE ratio to peg a specific stock against the overall market, because the overall market, like the S&P 500, for example, has a PE ratio. So you can see, okay, is this stock more expensive than the overall market? And it's not that simple. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Some stocks are obviously growing more than the overall market, so you have to take that into account. But that's a basic way that you could look at PE ratio. And on the left here, what you guys can see is filters, right? You have market capitalization, PE ratio, what we just said, dividend yield, and there's more. You could actually pick if you're looking for individual sectors. A lot of the time, especially when I'm looking for individual stocks for the long term, I like to pinpoint different sectors, especially if I don't have any investments in that sector, because especially with my M1 portfolio here, I'm all about diversification and having my money in not really speculative companies, but more well-grounded companies that have a track record, that pay a dividend, that are more quote-unquote safe. So I like the way that M1 Finance has this set up. So let's say, for example, I wanted to find a company with a PE ratio minimum of 10, a maximum of 50, and let's say I wanted a company that had a dividend yield of anywhere from 1.5% to maybe 5%. That is what I'd do. And then I'd sift through these companies, sift through the sectors, the industries, and I'd find exactly what I want. And for this portfolio in particular, it's more of a dividend growth portfolio. There's some growth stocks in here as well. And typically what I'm looking for is larger cap companies, hundreds of billions at least. I do have a small cap ETF in here. Actually, no, I don't. That's a different portfolio. I mix up my portfolio sometimes, guys. But I do have, you can see here, an international developed markets based ETF. And most of these are diversified, these picks, different sectors, different industries. And for the most part, they're a large cap companies, big funds as well, with my ETFs such as DGRO and VEA, which I just showed you guys. And the beautiful thing about M1 Finance is if you go back to research and go back to funds, you could actually look through all of these different ETFs the same way that we just did with the stocks. In this case, you can use dividend yield, expense ratio, which is big when you're looking at ETFs, and this is pretty much how much you're spending in terms of owning that ETF, how much you're paying that ETF for just managing the funds or just for, having the money, right? You just pay them a certain amount for, the management, and you have total assets under management, and you guys pretty much get the point. That is what I personally do here on M1 Finance, and again, I love keeping it simple. And don't forget, if you guys want to join M1 Finance, it's a great brokerage for long-term investing. I've been on it for over a year and a half at this point. Go check out that link down below. If you sign up, deposit any amount of money, at this point in time, you could actually get $30 for that. So go check out that link down below. And another way you can do this is by using FinViz. And me personally, guys, I used to have the paid membership for FinViz. I forget how much it was, honestly, but I canceled it because honestly, I didn't really use it. And that's another thing worth mentioning, guys. Me personally, and it all depends on what kind of trader investor you are. Me personally, I'm not scanning for stocks every day. There's some people out there that religiously scan for stocks. It's more of a sometimes thing for me because overall, when I'm trading stocks, I usually trade the same amount of stocks or the same group of stocks, and I usually have them in my watch list, so I'm seeing their movement every day. And for long-term investing, that's more what I actually use the scanners for, to find different types of companies. But overall, FinViz is great, right? And one bad thing about it is if you don't have the paid version, and you'll probably see it here, a lot of ads pop up. So this is what you see on FinViz, and there's no doubt about it, out of M1 Finance and ThinkOrSwim, FinViz is definitely the most advanced one, I'd say. There's a lot of filters. You can do exchange, filter by exchange, Amex, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, market cap, earnings date, target price, IPO date, shares outstanding, float short, the sector, the industry, the price, the country, the option / short. I mean, there's so many different filters for FinViz, but overall, like I said with M1 Finance, I use that mostly for long-term investments, ThinkOrSwim for a lot of momentum plays, and for FinViz, I kind of use this as, I used it in the past as kind of a mixture of both. I like this for momentum plays, but also for really being picky with my long-term investments with, dividend yield, market cap, sector, industry, the shares outstanding, P/E ratio, all that good stuff. So when it comes to FinViz, I personally do market cap. That's one filter I like to put on. And for this case, let's say we're not going to do micro cap. Micro companies here, they're 50 million to 300 million. In this case, let's do mid cap. So we're going to do mid cap. We can go into the financial sector because at this point in time, a lot of financial companies, a lot of banking, and there's an ad, right? You guys can see they pop up like crazy. At this point in time, a lot of these financial companies are going crazy, right? The big banks and a lot of the smaller ones are as well. So I want to see some financial companies. We can maybe put our float at maybe over 50 million, for example. And you just have to play with it, right? That's the whole point of these scanners. There's no magic way to do it. There's no magical thing. Oh, if you put this filter, that filter, a magical stock that's going to 100x is going to pop up. That's not the point, right? The point is play with it, take a look at the ticker symbols, and then what you could do is you could go on ThinkOrSwim or any other charting software, and you could end up plugging in those stocks, looking at the charts, doing deeper research into them. That is the whole point. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to also get yourself into that Discord chat and the Facebook group. Those are linked down below. They're 100% free of charge to join. And you could also get 4 stocks from WeBull valued up to $1,600. All you have to do is deposit $100 using that link down below, and we both get 4 free stocks. And don't forget to also join M1 Finance, which is also linked down below. All you have to do is use that link, sign up, deposit any amount of money, and we both get $30 free to invest. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.